Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you are doing fantastic. We are back with another crypto trading room. Sorry, guys, we're starting just a little later this morning, but I don't even have the webcam hooked up, the rear webcam, so you can't see it. But I now have my big display all set up. Maybe later on in the stream, I will show you guys. I think I actually probably can. Show you guys. But you know what? We'll worry about that later, guys. But I got the new setup. The only thing that we need to be aware of, and guys, I know going into this that because I now have my ultra wide Samsung Odyssey G9 as my primary monitor, that I don't have the resolution dialed in, and I know that the charts will be a little harder to see than normal today. All right. It's going to take me a few days to kind of get that figured out because I'm not an expert in resolution. All right. So I apologize in advance. Thank you guys for your patience. And what's up with Bitcoin, guys? Like, we are pumping. You know, we are having a nice day. So obviously, anytime we come into the markets like this in the morning and we are looking and we see that there's a pretty decisive movement going on, you know, the immediate question is like, oh, do we hop into this right away or do we wait for a more opportune entry? So unfortunately, the correct answer is always to take a few minutes, take a step back, and establish your game plan before just diving into, you know, whatever you think might be the correct thing to do. That's not the correct thing to do. Anyway, so shout outs to everybody in the chat. Good mornings to everybody. I don't know why it's not updating because Streamlabs is just not working apparently, except for the chat box. But we do have a new member. We are at 16 out of 20 members. Thank you guys for your generous support. And let's just take a step back. Let's see. We've got Solana making a nice decisive movement. We've got Sui making a pretty good movement. We've got Ethereum consolidating right underneath the previous liquidation zone, but I do see that we've already tapped that. So let's start off as we are wont to do, of course. On the weekly, hide our drawings temporarily and have a gander at what we're looking for. All right. Looking at just classic price action, not too much crazy has happened so far. Again, we're still in a nice, strong weekly uptrend. This is not three white soldiers. Three white soldiers are supposed to have very little wick. So we do have our third consecutive green candle so far on the weekly. Again, we haven't made any decisive movements. We are just kind of crawling our way back up into the range, creeping ever and ever closer back up to kind of that top close mid range of around $44,000. Of course, we've got a lot of uncharted waters all the way up to 48, but you know, getting up to 44 is where things start to get juicy, where things start to get critical. And I've talked about this a lot before. Of course, what are the best trades coming out of here? Well, consolidation areas typically aren't the best to enter into unless they're not the best places to enter into. All right. If you're at a bullish trend, dips are usually the best place to enter into. All right. So buying in the middle of the range just opens you up to a lot of drawdown because price can oscillate wildly in either direction as it fake breaks or until you actually get a genuine breakout. But, oh, I forgot to post in the Discord. Sorry, guys. Forgot to post in the Discord that we're live. All right. So, yeah, so the best trades to take from a range like this are if you feel that price is going to decline, I would buy at the money puts. And again, we could not get Deribit to load yesterday. Let's see if we have any better success today. And we do. So let's go take a look at what the volatility is like on option contracts. We want to take options for BTC. And let's just take a Gandy at the 29th of March expirations. All right, so implied volatility right now is 42.7. So the market's pricing in about a $7,000 move in either direction. All right, so to control one BTC of trade volume, at current prices to buy the, let's say we buy the 40, you could buy the $43,000 strike for $2,364. So what? You're talking 10%, 5%. No, 10%. No, 5% of what BTC costs. So you could control one BTC for 10%. Not a bad trade. Again, trading an option like that is more expensive, right? It's not as cheap as just, kind of opening up a futures position with $100 in margin, but it is a safer way to trade, in my opinion. All right, so we've got options, obviously. Of course, you could bid to the long side as well. My genuine advice, obviously, as we just continue forward, is just to constantly remind you guys that this is the bull market year. This is 2024. We do expect higher prices moving throughout the year. Our initial thesis was that Q1 would be quite challenging to trade, which it has been, and overall that we would see general price decline until mid-March. And we haven't gotten any denial of that yet. We've had no refutation of that yet. It's okay for price to come back, double top, and then descend out. But we shall see. If we break to the upside, we'll trade to the upside, right? We're not, it is what it is. But on the weekly time frame, we don't need to do anything here. Let's check our indicators, make sure that everything is confirming. Yes, we have our moving averages fanning away from each other, confirming a trend. We are quite a distance away from the 200 SMA, about 50% above the 200 SMA. So again, anytime we're in a situation like this, this is a profit-taking, kind of take a breath, relax area. Ron Legato, yes to crypto. Good morning to you guys. We've got TSI still confirming the bullish trade. It hasn't really given us any kind of short signal or bearish signal whatsoever. OBV is relatively non-committal here. And RSI, of course, did just reset from being overbought, which is a classic taking profit signal. So overall, what is the weekly telling us? Well, the weekly really told us to get into the market right around here. Once price broke out from the lows, this is when TSI crossed over initially on the weekly. We also had this regular bullish divergence. This is actually how I entered the market down here. And this is how I called for everybody in our premium trading group to enter the market as well, because we noticed this regular bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. We don't have any kind of divergence right now. So nothing critical to kind of worry about, not on the weekly time frame. Again, there's nothing more to say here except for the fact that prices are relatively high. We're stuck in a consolidation area. Those areas are tricky to trade. And the best thing I think for long-term investors to do is just hold their positions and be prepared to add on dips. And for more active traders, you could consider buying at the money puts, or you could use futures as well, but at the money puts would be a little bit safer in my experience. Daily time frame, we are still in the swing long because price did cross and close back above the 21 exponential moving average while we were above the 200 SMA and TSI crossed over. This is just the PTP daily strategy that we are following. So we are swing longing. Invalidation is a close below the 55 exponential moving average. Not much else to talk about here on the daily. We are now going to move to Heikinashi. 4-hour time frame here is relatively interesting. We actually might be setting up for a 4-hour swing long in 4 hours. Oh, wait. No, yeah. It's going to take 4 hours for this candle to close and confirm this bullish swing long. Of course, we're in this kind of high consolidation area and we are forming higher lows. So pretty good to see. And of course, just TSI crossing over is important. We have smashed into resistance and grabbed liquidity many, many times. So you can see the liquidation area that I have marked out here. And we dove down 3 times to grab liquidity from beneath. So really at this point, man, it is anybody's game. Like it is neck and neck, half down the mile lane, bulls on one side, bears on the other, neck and neck. The market could break either way here. So the principled thing to do is just to relax. Of course, you can position now in the middle of the range if you want to take a directional bet. But if you want more confirmation, then you just wait for the breakout to occur and trade in that direction. All right. Get some tunes going. As always, guys, let me know if the music level needs to be adjusted up or down. All right. So 4-hour swing long is setting up. We're already in the daily swing long. All right. Hourly time frame. Again, what did price do? Well, the first thing we need to do as we get down here to the hourly is we do now need to update our liquidation map. Okay. So we have got a thick string of licks coming in at 43,356. So let's just mark out 43,294. That's big. All right, so we already chewed into those liquidations. So where are the serious liquidations? The serious liquidations are, let's see here. Well, we got to get over 43,356. So let's say 43,294 to 43,350. 43,294, 43,356. And I already forgot what those numbers were. 43,294. Boom. And where's our thickness coming in at? 43,356. That's it? That's a pretty thin liquidation zone now that I think about it. Well, it stretches up to 43,481, but there we go. That gives us a little bit of room to work with. All right, so there's the liquidation zone. We did, of course, there is another little bitty. It's not serious. 43,575, 43,668. I just can't. My brain is not working very. 43,575. To 43,668. All right, so we got a lot of licks right here, and we got a lot of liquidations right here. Let's see where our liquidations have moved up to. We've got 42,795 to 42,701. There we go. So liquidations have moved up pretty dramatically. And then we've got serious liquidations at 42,514 to 42,327. $42,327, 514, 327. There we go. All right. Life's good. Okay. Morning to you, Magnus. What's going on, my brother? All right, so overall, this is pretty interesting. Got a nice battle we're setting up for. We have been unable to break to the upside, just continually rejecting from the liquidation zone so far. And I mean, the Bulls have got some work to do. But there's only 16 million in liquidations to get through, but 20 million at 668. So that's $35 million in liquidations, $36 million in liquidations. And then obviously there's more. Yeah, there's 5 here, there's 5 here. So add another like 20, 25 to that. $55 million in liquidity we got to chew through. We got to wreck some people. All right. If we're going to have a breakout to the upside, we got to wreck some shorts. We got to wreck some shorts. That's what's got to happen. We are going to need to wreck some shorts. And I'm not talking like you had chili and went to the gym for leg day. You know what I mean? That is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about wrecked shorts. Like, man, I really hope that my gym crush doesn't see this right now. That's what we're talking about. This is bad. All right. Obviously, what do we got? 2 potential trades that kind of present themselves in a situation like this. We can either, well, like multiples, right? It's just execution, right? But we could either pre-short the liquidation zones. I don't think I'm probably going to do that with how many times we have rejected from that zone. I would actually be not favoring, but I want to consider a breakout at this point. And then, of course, the other strategy is which is what we will be doing this. we will be monitoring price action today, this morning, as we stream, and we will hold on a second. This is bothering. Huh. Yeah, I mean, listen, I love you, Crypto Bull. I really do, brother, but we got a new member. Sami Ullah, thanks for the subscription, my brother. Welcome to the family. All right, anyway, sorry. So we could pre-short. Like, we could set the limit bid. We're not going to do that. We could wait for rejection. This is what we will be doing. We'll wait to see if we reject, and then we'll momentum short in the moment. Yes. And then of course we will buy a confirmed breakout. What would be our requirement? Well, first off, our trigger 43,356 is where the first thick mama is. 43,356. All right. There she be. Initiation level. So, chat, listen. If we can close a 15-minute candle, a 15-minute Heikinashi candle, above 43,350, probably, you know what? Not even a 50, probably a 3-minute. If we can close the 3-minute above 43,356, we'll go long. All right. Other than that, we'll look for rejection and we'll look to short back down. Yesterday on stream, we successfully closed out all 3 of those shorts that we took on BTC and then 2 on Ethereum. So life's good. All right, so yeah, I do believe that the plan here is well understood. Everybody is on the same page. Excuse me. USDT Binance. And we want... I found this amazing indicator yesterday on Coinalyze's free charts. And this is the liquidation profile visible range. So this is the VRVP, but for liquidations. This is banger, guys. This is amazing. Let's go to the 7-day. All right. So, right. I need to figure out how, this is what we were trying to figure out. So 24 says 24.43. Does that mean BTC? At a price of 43,184, would be about $1 million. Is that what you're suggesting? Oh, but that's on the yeah, that's the short side, and then 22 million on the long side. The halvening approacheth. Beware of the dump. Beware of the dump. Tyler's really hoping for a false breakout. 44.5 to 45. We get everyone super bullish, and then dump to low 30s for maximum pain. I feel you, man. The only problem with this is short liquidations have to buy, of course, and long liquidations have to sell. Right. So, okay. So we know that there are essentially no liquidations really to speak of in this area. Things just start to get dicey, of course, down here at support. All right. So we got there's a lot of work that needs to be done here. All right, we got our VWAP. BBWP is about to peak. Open interest is rising as well. Here's the thing. We got to get rid of this volume suite because it's just not doing anything for us. I mean, probably just regular volume might not be too bad. So volume is still pretty high here. Okay, volume's still pretty high and open interest is still rising. So we'll see. I know we've gotten quite a few rejections here from this area, but I think we might be able to make something work. I think we really might be able to make something happen today. But here's the thing. I need you guys to not be all up in my business about it. A little bit more transparent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Starting to get some open interest droppage right now. Which is kind of exactly what we want to see to sell the market. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what reflect. All right, let's see what's going on in the premium trading group this morning. Say what? All right, see what the boys got for us. All right, we don't yet have reflex. All right, what did they say yesterday? He said, all right, bet. Not too much. What do we got from Sheris this morning? Oh, let's see here. Key levels to watch on Euro USD and pound dollar, pound yen. Sheris doing good work. Looking at Solana. All right. So Sheris actually... This must have been yesterday. Yeah, I'm sorry. This must have been yesterday. Man, what's up? Both my boys slacking this morning. What's going on? All right, bottom feeder. All right, bottom feeder called a few new positions over the last 2 days. We'll see how those work out. All right, interesting. We got some heat. Get the heat. The heat is coming. The heat is on. The heat is on. All right, here we are, boys. This is exactly what we said we were watching for. So we just got to close that candle above that line. If we can close that candle above that line, I will mark it buy. Now, yeah, I don't know how we... See, the thing is, what I'm probably going to have to do... Okay, so I'm just thinking about this because I can see your guys' struggle, right? I'm sitting in front of this, beautiful 47 inch or 49 inch ultra wide monitor, NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility, and because the resolution on this monitor is, this is my monitor setup, by the way. The resolution on this monitor is 5120 by 1440. And I recall watching a video about specifically how to be a streamer with a monitor with this resolution because it ends up scrunched for presentation. So I'm thinking big volume. That's big volume. So I'm thinking that I either need to adjust the resolution or I need to adjust. I have two options. I could adjust the resolution, which I don't really want to do because I like how it looks for me. I could change the resolution of the canvas in Streamlabs, which I don't necessarily want to do because all this stuff took a lot of work to make. And I think the only other option is I have 3 monitors up top and then the ultra wide, and then I've got my 28 inch vertical monitor over here. So I'm thinking that I'll just, I'm looking up at my top middle screen right now, and it kind of looks like I'm looking at the camera or, near to the camera. So I don't really want to have my head like this, but this isn't too bad. And maybe I'll just be doing my charting up here and then I'll have everything down on the screen. All right. Anyways, that's a little quick look behind the curtain. Shaman Man, request for FLR. I will put that on the list. Let's get through we got to keep our eyes on BTC. But, Ethereum already broke to the upside. So very cool. The only problem with the current set, and this will just get better. Like I just set this all up today. And so I want to have the stream so that we can always keep our eyes on Bitcoin and Ethereum and then also be looking at a different chart. So that'll influence kind of what's going on as well. All right. So no break so far. And this is, guys, this is the power of Heikinashi. All right. The power of Heikinashi is smoothing out price action. And crypto is so volatile, and us as traders are typically so quick to react and move. I mean, just how many breakouts have you bought that you got stopped out on, right? Answer that question. Heikinashi. Because here's the thing. If there's going to be a big move, and you want to be trading the big moves almost exclusively, you don't want to be you don't want to be picking pennies up in front of a steamer. You don't want to be trying to scalp 0.25% movements. Like if you're day trading Bitcoin, you're really looking for that 0.75 to 1.5% movement, daily movement. Those are you're only going to get like maybe 1 or 2 of those a day, depending on the day. Obviously, if there's days where we're pumping and we move 10, 20% a day, that's fine. But those are the exception, not the rule. So if we're being patient and we're waiting for that bigger setup, okay. I don't know. This is actually starting to look pretty good. Yeah. We're clearing through liquidations. We are clearing through liquidations, and this might be the candle. We've got 2 minutes, 27 seconds. So let's just get ready. While Frank Sinatra sings stormy weather, the flies and spiders get along. Skipping record, wow, 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 wow. Okay. Oh. Saves what people throw away. Says he'll be rich someday. All right. All right. Tyler doesn't buy breakouts anymore. Thinking about fading this one. I mean, that's plan two. That's plan two, but be patient. We'll watch. We'll wait here. Like I said, we got clear requirements as to exactly what we want to see, exactly how we're going to do things. And we just want to see, now I guess there is another, but less good option. So, I mean, yeah, this is an option. I still feel like that doesn't look very good for you guys, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like this is just a little less. Can't do that maneuver. So, and that's not great for me. So, again, I apologize that things are hard to see, guys. I'll try and figure it out. Okay, so that wasn't the one. So no candle close. We've got 3 minutes to screw around. All right, so let's go look at FLR for Shaman Mon. And we're talking about Flare. Let's look at Spot here real quick. All right, so Flare, not too distant. Well, not too distant, but April listing on Coinbase of 2023, sold off until October, and has now pumped up to listing price. I mean, listen, pump up to listing price. Investors that bought at listing price are going to take the opportunity to get out of break even. Price is probably going to pull back here for a while. I mean, we're a long ways away from the 200 SMA here, and we did 100% above the 200 SMA, and we did what, 200 basically from how did we only do 100 here and 200 from kind of the range mid. So yeah, listen, daily RSI just went overbought, and not only did we go overbought, we just reset back below overbought too, below the 70th percentile. So FLR USD definitely looks like a profit taking opportunity right here. And if we're extremely bullish on this, what do we do in bullish trends? Well, we look to add on pullbacks. So pullbacks, be looking for the about 2.5 cents, 2 cents, and of course about 1.7 cents. The only thing is that after a big punctuated move like this, after a topping movement like this, you usually expect more of a retrace. And in a situation like that, we could simply fib the movement. Let's see here. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, so a 68% retracement would just pull us back to the 200 SMA. But the thing is with crypto, that means a reset. So like the thing about, so here's this one thing people don't understand about crypto trading, right? These are the moves that you want, and really exclusively these moves for swing trading. Because if you can just catch like 4 or 5 of these moves, you can kind of quit like for life. So So the thing is that crypto tokens aren't always hot. Crypto tokens go through phases, right? Of markup, where this is markup, where we're just exploding, and if you're a holder, you're just happy every day. And then of course sell off, right? We're all familiar with sell off. You guys are very, very familiar with sell off. And then there's the most frustrating phase of the market, but the phase that you've got to learn to take advantage of. 90% of crypto traders ignore this phase because it's not sexy and there's not instant gratification. Whereas professional traders exclusively look for these areas, and that's where they position. And that is in these long, often 6 to 18 month periods of consolidation and accumulation at the close. That's when regular traders don't want anything to do with the chart. And they look at it and they're like, I don't want to trade that because volatility is low and it doesn't do anything and it's not pumping. Right. Those are the coins that have the opportunity to then do that. So, is the rally on Flare USD done? I don't know, maybe. Definitely cooling off, you know what I mean? And after such a big movement like this, we kind of expect it to cool off at some point, right? So, listen, generational wealth opportunities, not here, not at this price. Pullbacks. All right, we had rejection. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no, longs. Oh, the longs got crushed. Oh, but open interest is still rising. But open interest is rising. Open interest isn't falling. Open interest would be falling if this movement was going to fail, but open interest is rising. And funding, oh my God, funding just bumped up. See that? This is funding. This is active long funding right now. And funding just moved up like almost half. That's crazy. So there's massive demand to the long side right now. That's pretty extreme. Side. Wow. I kind of want to buy that dip now. I kind of want to preempt the trade. Let's just wait. It's fine. See if we get more dumpage. Doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it with OI rising like that. I really do. We'll be patient. Nothing doing. 30-minute BBWP isn't maxed out yet, so probably one more push before this move is done. And if it happens, I probably will fade it. Yeah, so now I'm kind of... Hold on. Just let me think about this for a second. Yeah, so a lot of longs, bought in there. OI is still rising. I'm thinking this is bullish, you know? Yeah, I feel you, man. Man. Big bears. Big bears. Yeah, look at all this. Wow. By the way, all this flow that you see on the right-hand side of the screen, those orders are all over half a Bitcoin in size. All right. Just to be very, very, very clear here. Wow. I don't think the sellers were really able to do much there. Um, yeah, that's pretty nuts. There's a lot of strength. An open interest is still rising. Hmm. 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 Break. I mean, we hit the liquidation and we're pulling back. I just don't want to do the wrong thing, chat, because like this is such a perfect short setup here that if I now, for some reason, it is. But I just don't, I'm not seeing what I would want to see for a reversal. There was no big drop of open interest. I know liquidations got hit, but we can see the liquidations here, but we would typically see OI start to go down as positions close out. But and look at all these cells, like all these cells coming in. And yeah, like price is pulling back, but it's not dumping, which means there's massive bull demand here, which means if we're able to just kind of float up here and the sellers start to run out of ammunition, it's going to be on. Yeah. I'd love to see this lower time frame breakout, but mostly because I'm still bearish on the weekly. So every adding on every pump. Amen. Yeah, I mean, and that wasn't enough to. You'd have to come here to wipe out 100x shorts. All right, chilling. Waiting. All the way. All right. Yes. Oh, let's just double check real quick. Do we have any? 42,916 is where we do have some new liquidity, but that's so far down there. If we reject here, it's kind of all right. I'm thinking this is it. I'm thinking if I'm right, this is where I want in at. Yeah. And so I'm gonna go. All right. Longed it, Joe. Let's go. All right, folks. $100x long now. Like, listen, if this was not a copy trade account, then maybe I would take risk like that. The highest I can only go as high as 25x anyways. Now what we're going to do here is, all right. So yeah, so we're long. What we're going to do here is we got this starter position now. All right. 10% of our account at 10x leverage. And if we now, close above 43,356, then we will add. We'll double our position. We'll buy the breakout. That is the plan. That is the plan. What is the plan? plan. We could also get stopped out. That's another thing that could happen. All right, so first little bit of open interest dropping. It's all about patience, guys. Ron Legato, what's up, man? My Celsius settlement hit my account today. I wonder how that is affecting the market, thinking that others aren't holding the Bitcoin they receive. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying there's some fresh circulating supply rotating around the market. That's what you're saying. All right. So I think if we don't head up from here, then we're gonna move down and hit liquidations at 211. Or I'm sorry, at 43,100. And if that happens, then we were wrong. And we'll try to get out at break even or small loss on the bounce. On the liquidation bounce from 43,100. What do we got going on here? Job Crypto Meister in the members lounge for the premium trading group, posting some profits, saying our bottom feeder algorithm has a very good hit rate on ETC USDT, 20x this one. Wow, dude. My man, dude. Crypto Meister killing it, man. Doing some good trading. Good trading. Yeah, listen, I can see that we only have like half the viewers we normally do, and I have to believe that okay, so we were a little wrong here. Hey, what's up? Yes to crypto with the 10, man. What's going on, brother? When you get to chart analysis time, can you review Degen Weth again? Yeah, man, of course. I got you, dude. I got you, man. All right, so yeah, so this is exactly what I talked about. We should have just hit some liquidations. Not a crazy amount though. There's the liquidation buyback. Now let's see here. This is kind of the last, kind of like the last stand for this trade, right? It's kind of like the last stand for this trade. You know, we bought on the pullback, and so far that was not. So. Now we're right above liquidations. So let's see. But so far, unfortunately, unable to break through. My man, dude, yes to crypto, man. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that 10, guys. Thank you, brother. Yes, I will look at Degen Weth. So let me now figure out what to do about this position. I mean, I know exactly what we're going to do. It's just, how much is it going to hurt now? All right, because we hit liquidations. We know we hit liquidations because we can see open interest dropping on this current candle. Yeah, open interest dropping quite a bit on this candle. And exactly the price turned around the other time. Open interest dropping often means the market will reverse. Again, I'm not always in this situation. I'm not trying to spread hopium for the trade. But I'm just saying that is the type of indication that you can look for if you're looking to trade in the opposite direction. Because when open interest drops, it means a lot of positions just got closed. And therefore, the incentive to continue trading in that direction tends to trickle down or go down. Really, thank you so much, man. That's very kind. I enjoy doing it, man. I like doing the stream. This is good for me. You know, it's consistency is good for me. Discipline is good for me. And those are things that I, like all men, I think, struggle with naturally. So, you know, having this show to come do in the mornings keeps me honest and keeps me working hard. Keeps me busy. After the show this morning, I've definitely got a like, I really like my setup now, but I've got to do probably an hour or so of cable management. All right. I don't know why. Why does TBD look like this? Yeah, I mean, like, that's fine, but that's weird. Yeah, why does it look like? Why do those columns get so big? Funding is so high right now. Yeah, listen, I'm just not it's not like really too concerned about this. Only thing that, like I said, it sucks if we go for max pain here. Magnus made an indicator and posted it in the coding chat. Let's take Gandhi. Send me a CV and LinkedIn profile. Anyone think this could be useful, and how in that case? It basically checks the last X candles for the ATR percentage. And it compares the current if it's above or below. The idea was to check if we are ranging or not, but not sure it actually shows that. I see what you're saying. Let's see here. So let's just take a look at it. Bam. Oof. Man. Hey, Crypto Bull, what's up, man? Funding was super high right before the ETF announcement, too. Yeah. Yeah, you show right. Oh, man. Well, unfortunately, guys. We just not really gotten it. Fine editor. Paste. And let's add this to the chart. Okay, this is kind of cool. So let's see here. We've got ATR length, average length for comparison. EMA. Ah, that's cool. Let's go to the 5. There we go. All right. So what we're trying to compare here is whether, let me make sure I get this. All right. So basically what you're doing is you're taking a moving average of the ATR, which is basically the ATR. Is the ATR. And then you're just comparing the current candle's ATR. Yeah, I should have faded that move. in retrospect. But I mean, listen, I don't regret it at all. I took the trade that seemed appropriate to me at the time. I'm not too much of a breakout trader, and as you guys can see, clearly, why not? Yeah, I should have just been more patient. So, like, what happened within the last... I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But here's the thing, right? Like, there's aggressive entry and conservative entry, right? So price came down, hit liquidations, and if it moves up from here, then the conservative entry was the play. I took the aggressive entry. But also, no. So we're not going to add to a losing trade. We are only going to add to a winning position. That is the rule. We don't add to a losing trade. That is not, it's not a good habit. It is a bad habit. It is a terrible habit. Guys, we have now been, when did we start? How long have we? We've been streaming for 1 hour. 1 hour, and we've got 1 hour left to go. Today, we will be streaming for 2 hours, just like we do every day. If you guys want me to go longer, that is definitely negotiable. We are 4 members away from the member goal. All you have to do is click that join button, join the community, and support our free content. And if we hit the member goal, we will go an extra half hour. You guys will get a 2.5 hour stream out of today. All right. So we're not going to add to the loser. We don't add to losing trades. That's our rule. We only add to winning trades. So not too much to do here. What? No idea if it's usable. So, I mean, the Hearst is kind of my go-to indicator for are we ranging or are we trending? Right? Are we ranging or are we trending? That's kind of my go-to. Let me see what... All right. Back to Aikanashi because I'm tired of reacting. See, that's what I'm talking about. Did you guys see I switched over to Japanese candlesticks? And again, I don't regret any of the trading decisions that I just made. But I feel, again, Japanese candlesticks made me more reactive and sensitive to like what's exactly happening right now. And the reality is what's exactly happening right now is not that important because it can go away very quickly. Yeah, Infinity 7, I apologize, guys. I switched over to my new setup, and this is my 49-inch ultra-wide monitor. But the resolution on this monitor is so high that it's not coming through well on we've tried a couple of different things, but to really fix it, right? Like this is a little bit better, probably, right? Like it's not even really that better in my opinion. Is that better? I don't really think that's better. What do you guys think? Is this significantly better or not? So here's A. And here's, yeah, A and B. Guys, let me know. Yeah, it's not really any better, is it? I don't think so. The real solution is going to take some time after the show. I've got to make some adjustments to my OBS. I've got to make some adjustments to my monitor. And overall, just rewatch that video I said I was watching about the guy I was talking about, the guy who specifically made the video about streaming with the ultra wide. B is not great, but A is awful. Okay, and we'll stick with B. And we'll just adjust the scene here real quick. And I promise, guys, tomorrow, tomorrow I will hopefully have it fixed because it is affecting our viewership. Like straight up, we were doing really well, having like 30 plus people on every day. And I can of course see that I have like all right. Whoops. Just there we go. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I know it's bad. Okay. We're just getting trounced right now. Guys, unfortunately, that's gonna. Well, hold on. We'll give it just a few more minutes. Did some liquidations. Pretty nice pullback. Took out the lows from the previous structure. I'm slightly disappointed in you, Bitcoin. I thought that things were going to be different. So yeah, so listen, this indicator, I'm sorry, I know I got a little distracted and stuff, but is it usable? Well, first off, we put this on the 60-minute. Whoa. So I assume that, okay, the ATR percentage and the average ATR. Okay, so the average ATR is the blue and the green is the current. So, well, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. But, oh, I got to put Japanese candles on so I can actually... Right, yeah. I think this might be useful. It just needs a little bit more work. Just needs a little bit more work. And of course, I'm using it on the like 1 minute. Probably not what it was intended for. I like it. It's pretty cool, man. That's a pretty cool indicator. I like it. Like, I definitely think we can use it. Just gotta figure out like what is the best way to use it. Let's go to 3 minute. All right. So we've just gotten kind of knocked down by BTC today, unfortunately. All right. We do need to take a look at Yes to Crypto's request. But let's just relax. I will. I promise I will. Especially with the super chat, man. I just need to keep my eye on this. I don't think it's going anywhere though. Let's go take a look at Degen Leth. Can we pull this on trading? Do I have to? Right? Yeah, I do believe. I mean, this looks right. I mean, we just pulled text. Just closed my BTC short, finally in profit. That little dip was a godsend to me. Good for you, man. Yeah, actually, I don't think that was right. Okay, Degen Leth. All right, you're gonna... I can't recall. If and only if. Huh. All right, cool. Let's see. I cannot recall, unfortunately, from looking at this chart. 4-hour time frame. Yeah, obviously I understand that. Does anybody remember why I drew these lines? All right. Can't remember. Because I feel like those were buy-in areas, right? Like sell and buy backs, right? His price was not below those, so those wouldn't have been targets, would they? Back at the bottom of that first pump, you said those were the next trading channels to get volume in, and then it just pumped anyways. So you're saying that I drew these lines when price was below the lines, right? So these are not support levels because they do not look like support levels. Well, I wasn't wrong if that's what I said. Price has entered the channel and is certainly staying inside of the channel. Okay. So let's talk about this. So very similar to what I said about FLR, Flare USD. All right, cool. FLR USD, you know, like we want to be aware of this crypto token cycle. So long period of like slow uptick. I do like this, and huge explosion on degen, right? So this is kind of like, yeah, this is, I mean, we're up like 2000%. So this is like meme coin, right? And the thing about meme coins is, you know, meme coins could go up another 2000%, or it could be it, right? And nobody knows. Like, you know, technical analysis didn't work super well on Dogecoin, I'll tell you that. But on the bright side, so if we measure the true low to the high, we've made a 0.618% retracement. All right, like that's where we're at. And in fact, wicked almost all the way down to 786. So it's a good area in a strong trend with sharp volatility pullbacks. This is typically a good area to look to pick price up. All right. Because we're now here in this kind of reconsolidation area, I think we're in a trading range. And I think we can buy low and sell high towards the top of this range. We have clear resistance at 2502. We have clear support at 1785. And again, I don't really remember, but yes, this channel is important because price is staying in it. So overhead resistance, underhead support. You want to make sure that you're taken care of, right? Like even at these prices. Like I don't know where or how you entered into degen, but just make sure that if you get any other opportunity like this, and I don't mean like that prices have to be higher than these. I just mean if you get some nice green candles that either come to the top of this range or maybe even over here, I definitely take the opportunity to secure some profit, man. Obviously, it depends on how much in profit you are, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. 1 second. All right, BTC is getting a little pump. Not bad. And yeah, I mean, obviously, if we break out above 2502, 2517, that's very, very good. Breaking down below 1785 is actually really bad, though. Breaking down below 1785, I mean, the next really significant area that I see like price might come down to this consolidation area. And this isn't a futures market, so there's no real reason for it to dive into FVG because we're not talking like liquidations. Look, futures market and spot markets are very, very different. And I think, in my opinion, how we do TA needs to change based on whether we're talking about spot or spot crypto or futures crypto, because the way they move and the incentives and the intentions of the market participants are extremely different, and therefore you get different price action. So with degen, this is all spot trading. And everybody is just kind of chilling, sitting around, like hoping that they're going to get wealthier, right, with their spot buys. So there's no liquidations. Price doesn't have any incentive to go to any particular levels. All we're seeing is genuine buying and selling. Genuine buying and selling, right? When we analyze futures markets, we've got to be thinking like, okay, well, where do the market makers want to push price? And where are the liquidation levels? And what's funding like? And all this stuff. Because it matters. None of that stuff exists here on the spot markets for crypto. This is just pure greed and pure fear. All right. So we're in a kind of basing consolidation area right here. We've had a very sharp sell-off. Strong wicks to the downsides. People came in and tried to market sell, but obviously the limit orders ate it up. So we have formed support. We have formed support at 1785. Bullish if we can obviously see support hold. I would be pretty scared on something like this if we lost 1785 now. I mean, two things could happen right here. We can move sideways for quite a while as the battle between those who are trying to buy low on a dip and those who are trying to just get out because they bought down here or here or here. That battle might ensue. That battle could cause price to trend. But I think especially if you're bullish on this pair, right? You just look for bids around like 1785. You look to kind of accumulate potentially or pick up more positions here. And again, you know, it sucks, but you got to have a relatively like high pain tolerance or low pain tolerance. What I mean, high pain tolerance, but willingness to close the position relatively quickly if we start trading below 1785. Because it's not like futures. Like there's no liquidations down here that, oh, price will go down here, hit liquidations, and then we'll move up. No. Like if price is moving down, it's because everybody's selling it off, right? So, yeah, there you go, brother. Dude, thank you so much for the 10 again. Yes, to crypto. I really appreciate it, man. We cannot make content without the contributions. I mean, we could, but it doesn't make any financial sense for me, guys. You realize I do this show for free. All right. So Bitcoin, what's really happening here? We had a bit of a bounce back, came up, hit some licks. Did we really hit some licks? Yeah, hit some licks. All right, I guess we chill now. No problem, man. I guess we chill now, right? Because we just had, you know, our first significant level of buying step in. Sellers seem to have taken a break. And open interest is still rising. Okay. Open interest is still rising. And we just hit a ton of long liquidations. We just hit a ton of long liquidations. All right, listen, guys. Listen, can you behave for 5 seconds? Can I trust you guys? Are you guys going to be good? Tyler, you're in charge. I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee, and I will be right back. Let's see what's going on. Oh. All right, let's see what happened. I stepped away for a minute. We got some buyback. We got some buyback. It's happening. Will it remain? Nice cream. Thanks, man. Yep. Made it myself. Just kidding. All right. So here's what we're going to do, guys. I know that the monitor, or excuse me, that the screen or the charts are kind of unviewable. So I'm going to do something here real quick. Bear with me. I know you guys can see me in my Streamlabs setup. But here's what we're going to change this and make it more visible. This is live trading screen capture. So for this trading view chart, and adjust this baby right like this. Good. Here. Oh. Here. And there we go. Doesn't that look so much nicer? Isn't that so much better, guys? And then I just need to adjust this real quick. Yeah, this is it. And then transform, reset transform. And then all I need to do is like shrink it down. Go to that. Bar L bar. And that's pretty good. And there we go. Okay. Looks good. Get back. Yeah, now we can actually like see what's going on. Isn't that better? Everybody happy? Oh, I do have this like zoomed way. Oh crap. Oh, shnikes. Hold on a second. I just gotta do that one more time. Little adjustment. Yep, there. And thank you guys for your patience. I appreciate it. There we go. Awesome. I can put that there. Expand. And that's about as good as it gets. That's about as good as it gets. We could be a little. No, I think that's fine. I think overall it's fine. Okay. Now we can actually see what's going on. What do we got going on with Ethereum? And Sui. Solana, definitely not as bullish. Altcoins, I mean, Sui's really trying to get sold down. Sui, Solana, and Bitcoin looking very similar. Ethereum looking different. Ethereum showing much more strength here. But is Ethereum putting in a lower high? Is Ethereum putting in a lower high? Is the question we ask. We know that we hit liquidations on Ethereum. We didn't update our liquidation zone, so we know that that is higher, certainly. And let's go take a look at liquidations to see if anything. Right, yeah. So now we have a big chunk of liquidations down at 42,758. $42,916 to $42,758. 42,916 to 42,758. Yeah. So we've got liquidations chunked up quite a bit down there. I don't know. Now that's a ways. That's a ways. So that's a ways. That's a ways. So if we are unable, wow, why am I? There we go. So if we are unable to base here and start pushing back up towards resistance, then we are headed for the certainly for the liquidation zone. So that's where we could expect our next bounce. So the trade is now well, not necessarily the trade. Not necessarily the trade has shifted, but potential trades have shifted. All right. So we did not short resistance. We were actually looking for, ironically, for the first time ever, we were actually looking to trade a breakout. So far, that has not worked out for us. We bought a little too early. Again, I'm happy with all the trading decisions that I made. I stand by the decisions that I made, but yeah. Yeah, small uptrend on the 5-minute is correct. Ethereum very strong here though. Wow, a lot of strength. Ethereum. Wow, 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 wow. All right, Ethereum is actively pushing into the liquidation zone. The liquidation zone on Ethereum, 2368 to 2382. $23.68. Did I say 2382? I do believe I did. 2382. Yep. Oh, so we're actually a ways. We're actually a ways, guys. Yeah, we are. We're actually a ways away. And it's very interesting. Again, yeah, there's a few like baby liquidations here, but nothing overall too crazy. So of course we can like try to play the breakout. Or we can fade the breakout. Probably fading, that way we're hedged. You would agree? So Sui not following along at all. Sui not following along at all with BTC here. All right, we got 30 minutes left to go, guys. An interest on the rise, but nominally, CBD is on the rise. Funding got very, very high here. We just did some short liquidation, but not a big glut. I mean, I don't feel like there's any thing to do here with Ethereum, unfortunately. The only thing that really makes sense is shorting here, and I don't want to contrary our positions up. We're already long on Bitcoin, and I'm fine shorting from the liquidation zone, and we are hitting a few liquidations right now, but it's not. They're not significant. They are not significant. So Ethereum kind of failed that breakout. But Sui's still here. Finally, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Have a gander at link on the daily. Are we looking toppy or temporary pullback? Toppy. Oh, I see. Give me a sec. Solana had another shutdown today? Really? Okay. I mean, a lot's been going on in Solana. The Jupiter drop. I thought the Jupiter drop kind of went off mostly without a hitch, though, right? Mostly without a hitch, right? Thought so. Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, it is noon. 12:30 East Coast. Was down for 5 hours. Wow, the Solana network was down for 5 hours. That's not great. Not super. All right. Yeah, so far Ethereum rejected. I think we should probably be smart here. Now. And now we'll take it. So we're going to take now. So we are going to adjust now. I think we manage the risk on BTC. We do. All right. So we manage the risk on BTC. We're positioned on Ethereum. And since the eggs are in the basket here on Ethereum, all right? So listen, guys, here's what we did there, right? We had to close a losing trade. And you know, it might have not been the right move. Like we might continue pumping up, but I have to make the decisions that I think are the best in the moment, all right? So Bitcoin had a sharp sell-off from where we entered. We were in drawdown, and we were able to reduce that drawdown by a significant amount by just being more patient and not selling in fear. Not selling in fear. Selling the bounce back. It's not always going to work. You know, for example, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're going to get liquidated or something like that because your position size is too large and you're too patient with it, right? But in general, having patience in volatile areas can be quite helpful. So, can preserve capital. Right? Patience is the number one skill that you because none of this stuff is about instant gratification, right? Day trading is the most instantly gratifying of all trading, and still, we need to practice patience. Okay, here, folks. So let's go to the 15-minute time frame, and we need to see what yours looking like. Actually, you know what? We could probably just use. Not a huge fan of that. 2377, but I reckon. Okay. All right, we'll get that stop loss set. And obviously, if we reject from the next target has to. All right, so we're going to be targeting 2336. $23.30 last price. Because that's just the next area that price might want to go to. It's just, are we going to break to the upside? So we're playing the double top. And we'll see if we get wrecked. All right, Reflex is feeling non-committal. He's neutral today. Tyler, I didn't see that you said I can see. Oh, and I got to look at link for you, Tyler. I'm sorry, man. It's been almost a year since Solana went down last. When it was down for 2 days. Yeah, Solana like hasn't had. Yeah, that's why I was a little shocked to hear that. Like Solana really hasn't been having those issues again. But at the same time, I understand. You know that they've been doing like there's a lot going on Solana right now. Like everything's going on in Solana right now. Like everything, everywhere, all at once. All right, so that's what we got going on. Let's let us look at listen, so Chainlink on the weekly just really kind of flipped bullish, right? We're not a huge amount away from our 200 SMA here. We are 60%, but that's not a lot for Link per se. Again, we have our nice long period of accumulation. This is definitely long enough for a pretty decisive movement to happen. This is the weekly time frame, and you know, we've only gotten a little bit of a reaction. So initial push, pullback. Here's the consolidation. We are attempting to break above that level of consolidation. I mean, I think you got to hold here, right? But I mean, for link holders, I think you just have to hold here, right? Because you're looking for this confirmation of a breakout. You at least want to wait to see if this breakout completely fails, right? I think you have to be, because for most link holders, I think there's just exponentially much more money to gain if Link puts in another 100% move to the upside versus if they catch a top here, right? It's like, what are you guys doing? You'll make more money. Guys, you will make more money typically if you buy a good coin spot and just hold it versus trying to overtrade that same coin. So yeah, I think you hold with the weekly. Again, the daily is attempting to break out. We've run into our first level of resistance here. Obviously, we're selling off a little bit for the day. Let's see if we, if the pullback holds $16.39. If the pullback doesn't hold $16.39, then you could say that the breakout has failed, and you could go back to your original thesis potentially of taking profit in this distribution range and waiting for a more pronounced dip out of this area. More pronounced dip out of this area might be $12.23 per link. Or it could be lower. We'll kind of, I guess we'll talk about that when we get to the place. But is it looking toppy? I mean, if Link is looking toppy, then the entire market is looking toppy per se, right? And that's obviously the big thing. If you think BTC is going to go down, then they're going to sell off, then likely. If Bitcoin's not going to go down and Bitcoin's going to go sideways, then we could have altcoin season. But the problem with altcoin season is that Bitcoin dominance is at 52.64% and is holding very strong after a bullish move. So investors have resumed their interest in BTC, and as long as this number is above 50%, alt season is unlikely. Alt season. All right, guys, 20 minutes left in the stream. So far it's been I don't know, pretty chill day, pretty chill Tuesday. Market's moving up today. Hitting resistance. Ethereum double topping here potentially. And if Ethereum double tops, then again, yeah, we're gonna down to, what is it, 2333? Yeah, 2333. Down to that 200 SMA that you see. We're gonna get there, man. We'll get there. Watch this now be the pullback that you're supposed to buy. Breakout. Anyone else's trading view say too much traffic? Whoa, getting Cloudflare, dude. today, like what? We're not even doing like record trading volumes today, but maybe today's like a super exciting day for some ticker or asset or something like that. No, I mean, my trading views fine. What we got from the meme war? 20. Wow. Wow. Crazy. Memes increase sudden risk of death. All right. Whatever, dude. Anyone else? Let's go to CoinGlass here and how things are progressing. We don't have any new liquidation levels. Liquidation levels still chilling down here. You can see that we hit that first like thick blob of liquidation, and we cleared. What did we do? We cleared. No, that's still there. We didn't hit 2368 apparently. We did take over. So this is interesting, guys. On that drive up, we took $500,000 out. We can see here that there is $1.08 million of liquidation leverage there. And then once that candle hits, it drops down to 578. So $500,000 in liquidity right there. We're going to need 4 times that amount to break through. 4 times that amount to break through. And so we can just kind of gauge that, of course, by the candle, right? So we're going to need a candle that is 4 times the size of this to break through resistance. All right. So if we get up there and you don't see a candle that's like 4 times this big, probably not breaking through. Unless there's only, there is one way. That's if asks are pulled. That is if asks are pulled. All right. By the way, guys, if you haven't had an opportunity, if you're not in our Discord, make sure you do. We have great free signals in there and trading resources. And Flimp, our junior analyst, Flimp, absolutely crushing it. I'm just looking over his 2024 summary, or its January 2024 summary. Net profit of 6.9% to his portfolio. Didn't make any changes to his strategy. And we'll see how we go in February. So great job, Flimp. Congratulations, man. Absolutely crushing it with your trading. Love the consistency. Love the discipline. Very proud of you. You guys want to learn how to trade like Flimp? Check out the courses in our academy. Damn. Price pretty slow right now. Like we are like, again, we're crawling. Bitcoin just staging right now. Sui actually trying to make a move. What's up, Sui? That's cool. Interested. Bitcoin's flat. Altcoins make a little move. You know, again, story as old as time. Let's check out Sui on Coinalyze. Just kind of wanted to see. Okay, Sui USDT perp on Binance. All right, so with the SUI though, we've got some liquidations down here at 152. 152 to 151. And a long way to go for liquidations to the upside. So I would be surprised. Yeah, I'm not going to long SUI here. I would be very surprised. I mean, I kind of want to, though. That's good. That's very interesting. Got to win the lottery, man. No, you're not going to win the lottery. Already got a great strategy, but need to fix one issue with it. What's the issue with the strategy? All right, so again, it's basically a Fed printer of money, but it keeps buying too late when the trend ends, and that eats all the profit. We need it to stop. But it keeps buying. Yeah, so I mean, a couple ways to deal with that, I guess, just off the top of my head. I've run into similar problems with strategies. You can, it's a little complicated to write it, but the concept is simple. What you want it to do is basically, first off, you've got to, this is very easy to do, but you identify what was the last low on the chart. Like what was the lowest price for the last, I don't know, 30 bars. And this, like how many bars is going to change depending on whether, you're using the hourly or the daily or the 3-minute or whatever, right? But again, account for all of that. What was the lowest low? And then you can either do like, all right, like how many bars have passed since the last low? Okay. That's a pretty good one. Like, and if we're over 30 bars or 60 bars or 50 bars, then don't take trades, right? So you could set the strategy that way where it just has this hard pause out. Obviously, as trends pick up too, you'll notice differences in volume and you'll notice differences in volatility. So you could also adjust your strategy like that, for example, where you could say, okay, well, once volatility or once the, volume moving average is a certain multiple of a volume, don't take trades anymore. You could also, of course, use a momentum oscillator too, saying like, hey, if we're above the 60th percentile, but we're not necessarily overbought yet on something like the RSI, don't take trades. You just, what you need to do is, this is the way to do it. You've got to spend quite a bit of time just doing some homework. You gotta go open up the chart with your strategy and look at the areas where it took the trades that you don't want it to take. And you've got to find patterns. What is a similar characteristic that exists in those moments of the market that doesn't exist in other areas of the market where you have profitable trades? And if you can try to whittle that down to something tangible or a few things that are tangible, and then once you know what those things are, then you just have to figure out the task of coding conditions that recognize coding the recognition of those conditions and then plugging that into your strat. That's a good way to do it. So it's some work, but Pretty good work, I do say so myself. All right, folks. 7 minutes left in the stream. Do we have any? Were there any? Yeah. Are there any questions, requests, chart requests, anything we want to look at, guys, before we do some shameless self-promotion and then wrap it up for the day? You guys been great, by the way. So much fun today. All right, so kind of same thing happened here on Ethereum that happened to us with BTC. But the only difference there is that we were on the wrong side of the trade, and here we're on the right side of the trade. Where, you know, price pulled back from topping, and we were kind of expecting to break out, so we bid, and then the dip just kept on dipping. So same thing here, price pulled back, we had some staging, we saw buyers step in, and then we broke down to my YouTube journey. Aave USD coming in hot for you, my friend. Aave, do some buying and selling, some borrowing and lending on one of our favorite Ethereum decentralized applications. Maybe not favorite, but definitely like. All right, weekly time frame. I would say that Aave is still very much in the sideways accumulation, boring area of the market where nobody really wants to touch it. Nobody really wants to mess with it, guys. We've got a bull market coming up, so I'm just gonna paint with very broad strokes, right? We'll get into like, oh, is it gonna go up or down in the next like week, or is it gonna go up and down in the next hour, like all that. We're in the rectangular box of accumulation. All right, so the majority of people will make the most money trading spot, just buying spot and holding to higher prices. I believe that we have a bull market coming in 2024. Aave is very, very cheap right now. Aave is down, what, 90-80% off of its highs. It is a very good protocol. It is a very active protocol. I mean, this, for me, this screams accumulation, right? When we just had this first kind of run up, tease, test, break above the 55, I would expect maybe a pullback to mid-range, or maybe this pullback to top range works. But it doesn't really matter. Accumulation on Aave, I think, if you're interested in Aave, if you're bullish on Aave, it's in accumulation territory. All right, you are welcome yesterday, and thanks for coming. All right, daily time frame. Daily time frame, we have just lost the 200 SMA, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Again, for the accumulation, we're 30% off that Pico top. Could, of course, dip lower. We did see some big buys step in right here, and we are kind of holding off this level. I don't really like to see this where price just like slides down. Usually it's like red candles. So again, you could like DCA a little bit here, DCA a little bit down, and just kind of keep DCAing into Aave until you can build a position up in Aave if you want. Aave is not in my portfolio, full disclosure, but it's a fine protocol. I don't see anything like wrong or anything that glares out to me if we want to talk about like purchasing. Trade wise, of course, you can go for the pullback to the 200 SMA. Might be your last hurrah here because this is quite a topping pattern. So again, price can go sideways here. Price can dip back into the mid range. You can play the bounce. I kind of like the idea of playing the bounce. Play the bounce, maybe back to the point of control. We haven't really had that trade happen, but again, we're getting crushed by the 21 EMA. So right now, if you wanted to trade safe, I mean, maybe there's a 6% trade on the table up to $90. Like we're at 84, so you could take the jump up to 21. If we break through the 21, then you could hold. We do have a thick fiat liquidity here, but 97.32 to $100 potentially look to peel out. And then we just need to see price hold above $100. If we're going to take the next leg of the journey on here on Aave. But for right now, I think we're back in accumulation mode. We're back in dip buying mode. We're back in being patient mode. So I would just DCA throughout this whole territory to build that longer term position up in Aave. And then as far as like more active trading, you can take that. You can try buying the 200 SMA. Just use a stop loss. And if the trade doesn't work, try to trade the 200 swing either to the 21 EMA. Or go for the big like 20% trade up to the point of control. 5. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap up. You guys have been so good. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining me for another live crypto trading room. Of course, we do stream every morning from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. Woo! And 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. if you're on the West Coast. Thank you guys so much for your generous support. Shout outs to all of our channel members, channel sponsors. You guys are what allow us to continue to make this free content. I really appreciate everybody's support. So shout outs to all of you guys. If you guys want to help support the stream, you guys can join our YouTube channel as a patron, as a member as well. You can support us for as little as $3, and that helps us and incentivizes us to continue making free, great content like this for you guys. We also have a lot of options for you guys, for anybody who's looking to increase their skills in trading or build a better portfolio in 2024. If you want to copy trade me, the link to do so is down in the description. You can do that on the Fairdesk platform. You can get up to $100,000 on your deposit bonus. You'll also get a free VIP level 1 fee discount by signing up with our affiliate link. If you are interested in joining our premium trading group, we'll have access to our best in industry coursework, our private mentoring group, our mentoring sessions, all of our trading material, as well as our premium indicators. You guys can find all the information on that on our website at krakencryptocurrency.com. Don't forget to like the stream, helps us out a lot. And with all of that shameless self-promotion out of the way, I want to thank you guys so much. You guys have been absolutely fantastic and incredible. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. And until then, trade safe. Cheers now.